Welcome back. I'm out at the trailhead at Red Rock, and I have a couple of trucks here today that need some testing. This one's had a lot of changes. I did bring this out here once. It wasn't on video because I was a trail guide, and I've added a bunch of different things since then. It's gotten different wheels, different motor. I had a Holmes Hobby 35 turn in it. I added a Apex rubberized strap to the tail of it, and all the lights are set up. I also have a winch controller right here, and I don't own the winch yet, or the well, I own them, they just haven't arrived, and a new bumper that the winch will sit on. And once that's done, this will be basically competition ready. I've also, I don't know if you can see that, I added weighted disc brakes set up on the front there, and I think this will be able to do everything that Red Rock can hand it today. So also added these fender flares because with the spacing on the wheels now, those front wheel weights bumped them out probably 10 millimeters or so, maybe not quite that far, but I needed those flares in order to be class 1 legal if I decide to do this. They're running some weird class specs up in Sioux Falls, and I want to make sure I have a truck that can do it. They don't have class 2 or 3, so they're letting 4.75s and 2.2 tires in their class 1 for some reason. I don't understand that, but whatever. Have a truck for the rules. And just gonna head down this way to the cliffs and get started. I made it to the Little Moab area. It's a little windy today. I'm about 30 feet above the water on this cliffside here, and this location is the place of the crack. So since the last video, I have put brand new Hyrax Predator tires on the rear, and this is literally their first obstacle, so they've not been broken in at all. This is attempt number 4, still at the crack. When you're climbing a V-notch like this, you got to keep the back end level. And there it is. Just had to get that tire worked in a little bit. This area right here is our Little Moab area, and it's all sandstone cliff, so it's high traction, and there's some pretty cool lines here to do if you want to try them. The crack is right up there at the top, kind of right there in the video, and there's just this wall that's right here that's kind of fun to climb. It's not the wall we talk about, but this way up is kind of, I don't know, maybe we call it the Little Moab climb, I don't know. There's really not a name for that one. It's just somewhere we all go. But had my fun with the crack over there, so I know that this should have no problem doing what I'm going to ask it to do next, because it's already done this portion here. I'm not even bothering to get between my truck and the water for this shot, because I know it's in no danger of falling in the water for this particular scene. When I get a little higher, we'll get behind it though. See if I can't just walk up this on the first take. If I can, I can. If not, that's okay. I know it can do this one. Right there sometimes needs a little bit of a bump to make it over. Not too bad. That was an easy one. I had to make sure that my chassis didn't unload and flip me there for a second, so It cost me a reverse, but that's okay. Nobody's keeping score today. I'm going to run here for a little bit and have a little fun with it. And as we work our way back, I will get out the 118. Now we're going to move on across the shoreline here on the path to the next spot. And we're leaving the Little Moab area and heading towards the wall area. It's on the other side of the point over there. Right down over this wall is a cove, and that's the wall that we always refer to here in Iowa. And so far as I know, I'm still the only guy that's gone over completely across it with a 124, a 118, and a 110. I think there's been other people do it at 2 scales, but I think so far I'm the only one that's done it at 3 different scales. If somebody wants to this summer, I'm sure they could take the second place of that, but I'm the one who tried it first, I guess. Little wave action today. It's going to be kind of a neat day to crawl here. This is the wall, and just a note to manufacturers, if you wanted to take my money, just build a product that is water activated, that would deploy a flotation device out of the back or side or somewhere of this truck, maybe the bottom, that would inflate and keep it from sinking to the bottom if I did happen to go over the edge, because we got about 10 crawlers in the water here that were never recovered. So there's an opportunity for any manufacturer. I would prefer it to be underside mounted right here. If we could have something here that would blow a balloon and inflate, like I said, upon water activated, nothing that you have to do but arm it, and I would certainly buy it, because if this thing could float, this is about an 8-pound rig, you would need to have the total volume be at least 1.2 gallons of air to float this thing, so comfortably. And I would appreciate that. I would buy it tomorrow if it was offered. So this is the wall, and you start over here somewhere, and you come across this surface here. And the hardest part about it is transitioning this crack right here, because you're pretty vertical at this point, and it's hard to tell on camera here, but that's kind of at the limit of what your truck can do. A lot of trucks don't have the center of gravity to pull this off. Once you get to about this spot here, you're pretty home free, and it's just a matter of getting up and over the top over there. But this truck here could not do it last time I was out on the first run. I apologize for not getting video, but I was trail guiding that day, and the process of making a video would have gotten in the way of that. So I apologize for that. But I came out here and learned some things that I needed to know to make sure that when I came back out here, this truck could do what I needed it to do. And I just want to see if I can crawl right up the side of this, but I can. That's not too bad. One thing I like about brush motors is they do have some drag brake, but not so much that it can't roll back. I have not found a setting yet that allows the truck to roll back without reversing with either my Firma or my Hobby Wing. They're both of the 2-in-1s, so we'll just proceed over and try the wall here. Try this off camera a little bit, and I'm sure I can get it. It'll just take me a few times. I didn't get it on camera because I don't have that much battery, but after about the probably second or third time, I finally made it. So I know it's on video, so it doesn't count, but you have to believe me. You don't have to believe me, but I made it, and it now can do it with all the rest of my trucks. It was not easy. this wind here, I don't know if you can hear that on the camera. You can definitely see it in the waves. Kept blowing my truck off the rock face. So, you know, lame excuse, but I did make it. I just had to find the right line, be patient, not get blown out of Kansas here. So it's been a real windy year here. Seems like the past few years have been unusually windy. So I run this a little bit more, maybe do it again on the wall here, and work the 118 back. This truck is really good. I'll show you a dig use that I only thought of today. I'm sure you guys have done this forever, but I've never had a dig truck to be able to do this. So I'm going to throw it in dig right now. And I'm just going to drag this thing down a pretty steep incline here. Because it can. I like that. What a great truck. I thought this long wheelbase was going to really hurt it. And it has some areas out here that it doesn't like so much because of the wheelbase. But everywhere else, I mean, there's most places, it almost feels like it's too easy. And it sits so high still that I really haven't lost any ground clearance, even though it is so long. It just works. Everything about this truck is good. I like everything on it. Next week it's going to get the front winch. That'll add about another 50 or so grams to the nose, which will give it a little bit better climbing ability again. But it's already fantastic. I'm running 2-stage foams in the front and single-stage closed cell blue foams in the back. They're really stiff. And then I wrap that with a layer of padding, kind of like fabric padding that you would put on a costume just to fill that extra space. I don't believe that trucks need to have really soft tires in order to perform well. I say that every time I drive this, but it's true. In fact, if you had soft tires here, it's going to collapse and it won't be stable enough to do the climb you just saw it do. I'm going to eat a Subway right now. Not a sponsor. None of my videos are sponsored. So if I say it, it's because I think it. It's not because I'm being paid to say anything. I bought my own lunch. I'm about to eat it, and then we'll do some 118 on the way back. I'm really curious to see if it can do the crack. But we'll start off with the wall run. I know it can do the wall, so I'm not too concerned about that. But for now, it's lunchtime. like to take a moment and say that I'm really grateful for a lot of things in my life. I'm grateful for my people who watch. I'm grateful for my friends, past, present, future, and I'm grateful for the country I get to live in, that I can come to a place like this and just spend the day. And it's an incredible place to be, have a sandwich, play with toy trucks, and climb on some rocks. But I'm just super grateful to God for the opportunities that I've had. Still not back to flying yet, but it's already on the way, and hopefully it'll happen in the near future. So it'll happen when it's supposed to. In the meantime, I get back here doing this. So I don't hate my life. I get to do some fun stuff. And as soon as I'm done with lunch, we'll do some more fun stuff. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but that is two bald eagles that decided to join me on my day of rock crawling. Here's a note about the battery I'm running today. It's the Electron 1250, so it's 600 mAh bigger than stock, so it's a bit heavier, but this thing doesn't care. I've got the shock straps on it that maintain the CG even at steep angles, and it climbs pretty well. I want to do a little bit of testing, but this is how I film. I've got a selfie stick duct taped to my radio, and just gonna work my way back and try to go through a few batteries with this. There's a couple places I want to test along the way, but I know this is a really capable crawler, and the Rover Red tires are just super sticky. They are probably the stickiest tire that I've used yet. Let me know in the comments what you think the stickiest tires are, but I'm really happy with these so far. And there it is. Well, I'm pretty happy with that. The crack here is one of the more difficult obstacles at any scale. I haven't done this one at 124 yet, but I've done it at 118 and 110 both, and a lot of trucks can't do this at all. So super happy with that. Happy with the results. It's been a good day out here at Red Rock, and I can't wait to come out here with my buddies and run with them. I'll probably head to the other side and run some of that on the west before I go, but I've accomplished what I meant to accomplish today. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Talk to y'all later.